Good morning everybody, thanks for joining me again. Sorry it's a bit dark, but it's 7 o'clock in the morning, about an hour before sunrise. I've taken a short walk down to Shoalstone pool and there's just one image I'm interested in getting this morning. You may or may not be able to see what I'm looking at, but there's the corner of Shoalstone Pool. It's been taken by lots of photographers, and with a high tide, and this time with quite a bit of the railings missing, I thought it was a good idea to come down and see what minimalist photographs I could get of this before the tide goes out. Not got much time. It's going out already. Well, I'll turn the ISO down on the camera just so you can see the back of this screen. So, no filters on yet. It's still very dark. So I'm trying 30-second exposure. F10. There's not much to get in focus, but I would like all of the railings in decent focus. And I'm at ISO 400. And that's telling me I'm overexposing slightly. So I could push that down, maybe to say 200. Yeah, something like that. 2-second timer. I'm focused in on the railing in the distance. See what that gives us. Well, not a bad start to the day. As you can see, it was very dark, but with a 30-second shutter speed, you can see it's almost daylight, but you do get that very blue cast to the photograph, which I have tried to correct a little bit just by warming it up and taking the saturation down. But I like the composition, nice sharp edge to the pool there where the white line is. Well, I think I'm just going to get on with the photography and then talk to you again when there's a bit more light. Well, that's a little bit better. I was hoping for the moon to come up this morning, and it was there, but shrouded in cloud, unfortunately. But that does help for these minimalist photographs. So let me tell you a little bit about this pool. Been photographed a lot of times, and I've been down here 5 or 6 times on different occasions trying to get some really nice minimalist shots. And as my photography's progressed, they've slowly got better and better. There's some really good award-winning photographers like Neil Burnell. He's got some stunning images of the pool here, and to be honest, I'm trying to replicate some of the quality that he's been producing. Let me show you what I'm doing in the back of the camera just now. Before I show you the camera, don't know if you can make that out. That lovely pink sunrise coming. Not sure what the time is just now, but must be getting towards 8 o'clock. Anyway, what are we doing with the camera? So, what I've got lined up is this shot here. Something a little different for the pool here. Normally, you're looking at the corners and the railings, but really like this arrangement on the corner of these steps. the top of the ladder sticking out of the water with the writing there. So what I've done is still no filter. I still want to get the reflection on the top of the water, and I'm trying to get the longest exposure I can without using any filters. So that's the image in the back of the camera. I've turned the shutter speed all the way down a little so you can actually see the photo. ISO 50, f10 again, and this time I think it's going to be around about 10 to 15 seconds. Let's give that a go. So this photograph reminds me of a David Hockney painting, the Big Splash, with all those blues and beiges, and that has that sort of Art Deco feeling, but still very minimalist. I have tried to smooth out some of the imperfections in the concrete, but really nice. I'm always trying to find something a little bit different. So what I've noticed is the sun lighting up the clouds nice and pink, and just the railings up there at the top of the stairs. I wonder if I can just isolate those and make just a silhouette of them with the pink behind. Might be nothing, but always worth trying something different. Well, I'm sure you'll agree this shot is a little different, but I really do like it. I've learned something from the street photographers I've been watching. Just got the camera lined up so the railings that are going up and along the top are lined up in the middle there. I'll show you on the photograph, but just turn it back on for you. Yeah, that just if I move the camera slightly, you can see, let's see, backwards and forwards, you lose a bit of that separation. Sorry for the shoddy camera work, although that might work as well. Let's have a look at the images. So another surprising photograph. Really wasn't expecting what I found this morning. Just lining up the railings so they looked a little bit less confusing made this a much better photograph. And yes, I have upped the saturation of the pink just to make it more dramatic, but I don't think that takes away from the photograph, especially as it's so stylized. And cropping in just on the corner, making sure that central post is right in the middle. I really like this. I posted this on Instagram and Facebook earlier on in the week, just asking people to guess where it was, and a few of you were able to tell me it was down at Shoalstone Pool. Well, I'm back at the pool now that there's a bit more light. I'm still trying to shot without any filters on, but it might be a little bit more difficult now. I've got a variable ND and a 10 stop, so if needs be I'll use those. Trying to use the autofocus this time. When it was dark I was having to use manual, which is probably better in these conditions anyway. Only quarter of a second, so this isn't going to blur out the water, is it? No, not working. Time for an ND filter. But we'll start with a variable ND. This has got a polariser on as well, so I'll have to be careful what I'm doing. Still want these reflections. Oh yeah, that's made a big difference. Yeah, I can get all the way down to 30 seconds again now. Just make sure though that I'm not polarised too much. There we go, back there. That's manual focus again this time, because we're focusing on the railings as I did before. Had it at f10. Let's give that a go. So very similar to the first photo I took, but obviously with a lot more light and a little bit more of the pool exposed. What I've also done is just left the background in place. On the first one I cloned out Thatcher's Rock and the headland beyond. But stick with the video. I'm now going to start taking some of these images and doing something a little special with them. Well, that shot's not too bad. There's a little bit more of the pool exposed now, so not as nice as the first images, I don't think. And that was a little bit more difficult to focus with the variable ND on. I think this is just a 3-stop, not sure. I'll just put it below when I look properly. So I think a few more images and I might then start looking for some alternatives. So I did look for some alternatives. So remember that blue overcast sort of look? Well, I've kept that in this image and clearly made a mirror image of it to create this more stylized photograph. Very easy to do. All you have to do is edit the photos first, and if you've got any software that will flip the image and then match them up, so you could use Photoshop or GIMP or there must be other editing software out there. Very simple thing to do. The one thing not to do is when you're first editing each photograph, don't put a vignette on it. You need the photos quite flat so you can match them up and then do a bit more editing afterwards. To be honest, when I've been to the pool before, really don't know what all the fuss is about. Yes, it does make a nice minimal image, but before not found something that suits the old sort of alternative views that I want. Nice to try and mimic some of the other good photographers, but want to find something unique. So talking about something unique, maybe this will work. I had a look at this when it was a bit darker, but as you can see, I think most people avoid this shower post. Sometimes in winter it's all wrapped up to protect it, which looks awful, so I've seen a lot of images of this with the post cloned out. But what if I make a feature of it? And what if I try a mirror image of the railing either side, so it looks like it's corralled? Certainly worth a try. So I started by just taking this image without manipulating it at all, and all I've done is for the horizon, taken some of that line of the horizon and just blurred it out slightly so you concentrate on the foreground and the railings. And I think this photograph stands on its own as quite a good image of the pool. But then making this mirror image of it gives you this almost boat shape. I've called this full steam ahead. And if I was taking this photo again, I'd probably take a wider shot. You can see the sort of triangle in the, or the diamond shape in the foreground, but then there's another diamond shape of the pool in the background which I haven't quite got the edges in. Okay, I think that's enough of the pool, unless I see something that I really like, something alternative. But I'm going to look at the pool buildings now, at the huts, and see if there's anything there. As you can see, where my bag is over there, there's a collection of these changing rooms. I like that odd hut just in the middle. That might make a nice photo. And then you've got all the other railings and the sea beyond. Well, I'm just filming a little bit of B-roll for the video, but I think I'll call it a day. It's only about 8:30, so I've only been here about an hour and a half, but I think it's been a successful morning, and I'm hoping I've got some alternative images of the pool, which was what I was after. So a little bit different this week, a bit more photography, but if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. It doesn't cost anything, and hopefully I'll see you somewhere again next week. But for now, cheerio.